Hello, I'm live. Nobody else is here. um, I sent the links to everybody, but Blackie gave a thumbs up, so I assume he's coming in sometime soon. And Bob gave a thumbs up, so I assume he's coming. And I'll just have to watch for people. Ed, I didn't see that he even saw the link, so I don't know. He might have gone to bed or something, forgot it's Saturday night. So, yep. So here I am by myself. How's everybody doing? If anybody in the chat wants to come up, I have the link pinned. Yeah, I'm here, but nobody else is here, but I decided to go ahead and start anyway. So I could, dang it. I'm hitting buttons here that I shouldn't be hitting. Okay. I am here and nobody else is here. So I could show some art. Oh, whoops, there's Blackie and there's Bob. Oh.
Hello.
Hello, guys.
Hello.
I'm glad to see you. I was just kind of stumbling on my own.
All that, like you stumped your toe.
Yep. So how's things going?
Hot. Damn hot.
Damn hot. It has not been hot here. I'll just say that.
I nearly trade my weather for Wyoming weather today.
They actually wasn't too bad. It was like, I think it got up to 51, which is just wonderful. Hey, BJ. But a couple days ago, it was down to 0. And in a couple more days, we're going to have temperatures in the minuses. So that'll be fun. Scungy's here. Or should I say scrungy?
Please don't.
Hey, Sarah.
Hello.
Hi, Mike.
Hi.
So, what's everybody got going on?
Well, Ed and I got back just moments ago from Atlanta.
I was going to ask you about that, see if you got anything.
We each got some apparel, and then we went to a few pet stores after that, and I got a reptile.
Another one?
Another one.
I'm so surprised.
Well, it's just another big veiled chameleon. It's a year old, but it hated the lady that was taking care of it, and she hated it. So I got him.
Hi, Sky.
Yeah. She said he hates me, and I was like, he's scared to death of you because you're such a twerp.
So, Sarah, are you going to be doing some T-shirts today?
I'll try. It's just really, really hot, and so I might just melt into a puddle instead, which will still be some form of art to watch, I suppose.
Oh my goodness, it's that hot there, really?
It's so hot. It's so gross. But I've stolen the fan from the children, and I've got a cold drink now, so I'm hoping that maybe I'll be able to do something. But prior to this, I was just kind of, lumping around, moaning and stuff.
It's very, very difficult to maintain a cold drink.
I didn't mind today. Today was good, but it's been too cold. It's been too cold, and it's going to get cold again. I think we're due for, Wednesday night it's going to be in the minuses again. But today it was in the 50s, which is just really, really unusual.
They were talking about snow in Atlanta. We kept hearing people talk about it, but we're not having any snow up here.
Snow in Atlanta? Wow.
That's what they were all talking about at this expo we went to. Pam, I started to get you a couple things, but I didn't. I didn't want to spoil you.
Okay. Don't worry, I'm not spoiled. Yeah, Wednesday night is supposed to be -9 for a low. Now, that's Fahrenheit, but it's damn cold either way. Yeah, in Celsius that's -23. Yay!
Ed was going to take a nap.
I was wondering if he was napping because I could see he didn't even look at the he hadn't even looked at the link that I sent him. So
no, I told him that you had sent it because we had looked just before we got back, and I was at the Ark. I had to go to the Ark after we got back. I dropped him off. So I'm sure he'll be along.
So is your new chameleon a boy or a girl?
It's a boy. I need a name for him. I'd show him to you, but I'm letting him just sit there in the dark and let him brood a few minutes, and then I've got a light to put on him to warm him up. He let me hold him, hold him in my like this in my arm like a baby and carry him out like that.
Oh, nice.
He was horrified of her, and Ed was saying, reptiles just love Bob. And I'm like, Ed, no, they don't. They really don't. They just scared of her. You could tell that he was terrified of that lady.
Huh.
Yeah, it looks a lot like Gomez. About the same size and all that. Maybe a little bigger.
Inez.
I'll fire him up in a little bit.
Yeah, we got to see him. How did you guys have a good time today?
Yeah, that expo, I'd never been to one. It was Oddities and Curiosities, and there were some goth people there, but not as much as we thought, but just very anti-culture people and lots of country kind of people, but still anti-culture. It was huge. It was in a convention center in downtown Atlanta.
So did you see the devil worshippers and stuff that lady was talking about?
We saw that shit, yeah, but I couldn't get Ed to participate in any of that. We got some shirts. He found some Cthulhu stuff, and I found a really nice summer shirt button-up that has all the plants, carnivore plants on it. It's really colorful.
What was that lady? What did you guys say? That lady was on the news or something saying that was full of.
She gave a review on it on Facebook, and they posted her negative review as a positive thing to get people to come. They said they came in and the children were confronted with Satanism and pedophilia and bestiality, and I don't know.
What sort of expo was
that Satanism stuff.
G'day,
Hey,
Ed.
Ed, we were just talking about you, Ed.
They might have been.
Did you tell them about that show we went to today? There was so much bestiality.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. You came there, you came.
What sort of expo was it supposed to be?
It was Oddities and It was called Oddities and Curiosities. So it was kind of like the old-fashioned, live shows where they would show crazy stuff like mermaids and things.
Yeah,
it was really fun.
Counterculture kind of stuff.
There was artists that were trying to pretend like they were Sarah, but they weren't. They weren't as good.
Yeah, there was one that kind of looked like your stuff, and Ed said, wow, Sarah would do great here. And the artist heard me. I said, but her stuff's a lot better than this. And Ed's like, yes, come on.
My stuff would have done great there, too. I mean, there was so much baby doll stuff. This fish would have been great.
That is pretty great.
Yeah, nice.
I broke its little flipper last week, so I have to repaint that. Maybe I'll do that tonight.
They had tons of stuffed animals all over the place. One guy had a huge, triple booth with all stuffed animals, even a giraffe.
Like taxidermied animals. Yeah, there's a taxidermy giraffe you could buy.
Wow.
$4,500 get you a giraffe.
How much?
$4,500.
Well, that's not too bad. I figured a giraffe would cost more than that.
And
Was
a
it full
picture of
size or
The one that
long
I
one?
would have been tempted
It
to
was
get.
just his shoulders and up.
I saw this guy, hi Cat, on Facebook was showing what he did, and he did taxidermy. But what they did was stuff like dead cats that they made into flying drones.
Yeah,
And I
that's
thought it was
Oh,
great.
man.
I would buy that.
you can buy a 2-headed duckling for $75.
Yeah.
Is it a
Did you
drone
see
though?
my
I would
potions I
want
made?
it to be a drone.
Let me send you some
see-
pictures, Pam. If you want to show them, you can. I only got like 4 or 5, but see some
What
of
is
the-
that, Ed? What is that, Ed?
It was a potion I made on Thursday night stream.
Oh,
Okay,
I
so
missed Thursday night stream.
It's my Cthulhu potion, but look, hang on, Nico. It's like, oh, he just made my screen disappear.
that Nico.
Are you there?
Oh. Yeah.
Okay, so
We hear you.
okay, hang on. Let me check it
Now
out.
Huh.
Isn't it neat? It's to ward off the deep ones.
Ah.
And then I have
I need that.
here's one that I made that's green. And I mean, these stupid things would have sold like hotcakes at this joint.
Ah.
Isn't that neat?
That's
Yeah,
pretty
they
wild.
And then here's one that it looks like it's just a orange, but just a little bit of a spin, and then all of a sudden it'll kick in. Once it slows down a little, or maybe not. Maybe it needs a lot more. I don't know. But it was really cool on Thursday. Hang on, man. Don't let me down. Or don't let me down.
Don't let me
You
down.
can kind of see it. But
Yeah.
they're just kind of fun, weird stuff that I did.
Awesome.
So that type of stuff would have done good at this joint.
It
I
sure
could show
would.
a couple pictures. It was kind of like a goth convention, but it wasn't goth.
There were some goth. Ed and I didn't wear our goth platforms. Black
See, like here was
shoes.
weird taxidermied things. These were like, see? There's just lots of weird stuff there.
I sent you some.
Cool.
Yeah. Lots of cool stuff. I sent you a couple pictures, Pam, if you want to show
I
them.
see that. I'm getting ready to
Make
pull
sure
them up right
everybody-
now.
Make
There's
sure
some of
everybody's above
My baby
18.
doll art.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, there's like a closer. They had one dude that was selling body parts, and they looked so real. I was gonna buy a face that you could strap onto your own face, but it was just so nasty because it looked so real. Oh,
I
it was
told
gross.
Pam I started to get her a couple things. One of them was there. Remember that DIK? It looked so real.
Pam would have just been freaking out all over the place.
That little boy, all that stuff, and that's just half of his stuff down one way.
Oh, there's some awesome looking cool stuff there.
Yeah,
I could get into some of that stuff.
yeah.
Here's lots of curtains that were made of skin. Oh, that was the giraffe.
Yeah, there's a giraffe.
Chattanooga
I
Ed
was
was
talk-
asking it directions.
Yeah, well, I was asking how to get rid of moths.
That's a real hyena.
Yeah.
See its little penis? Pee-pee.
Wait, what?
It's a little penis. You didn't see it? See it on there?
I don't think I want to.
Well, it was there for everybody, Ed, for your enjoyment.
Oh. Well, they were giving classes on how to taxidermy at this place.
Yeah.
It's like bizarre. I just never would dream that taxidermy would be such a thing. So weird. I had a girl give me a ticket to some other show. She says, I can invite one friend to a show, and she gave it to me.
Like, that was that tassel show.
This was a head that was made out of a bong. Or a bong made out of a head. And then there's like a face curtain or a
lampshade
thing made out of, a lampshade made out of faces.
Skin.
It was really creepy. There was a guy sitting there.
That must be why that lady said it was all full of Satanism and stuff, devil worshiping.
This lady had cool hair.
Yeah, that is cool.
And pointy ears.
There were lots of pointy ears.
There was a lot of elfy people there. Yeah. And a lot of Kelty people.
Yeah.
A lot of Celts.
We should have worn our kilts. Our kilts and our goth platforms. We missed out.
I thought that was funny. That wasn't there. That was just some fish meme I saw, and I saved it. It would have been really fun to take you guys.
It would have been a fun show. I looked it up. Yeah, I gave it a goog and had a bit of a gander.
Yeah, Sarah, if you ever want to come over for one, I'll make a bunch of crap too. And we could like sell the crap out of stuff.
Yeah.
Nice. That sounds like fun.
One of my favorites
got to win a lottery.
They had the rats, large rats with their back half like in going through a plaque and their tails and back legs hanging out. Ed was glad they weren't males. He said, I'm glad they're not males.
Yeah. It was just the back half of rats. I should have taken a lot of pictures. I wasn't even thinking. I need to buy one of those body cams and just walk around with it. There was some creepy stuff that was kind of gross. I'm not going to lie. Bob bought a great shirt. Show him your shirt.
I will. It was the carnivore plants. Ed got a great shirt or two also.
Well, mine aren't cool. Mine aren't as cool as yours. I knocked my potions over. But where did I put that? I'll go get my little bag of crap.
Did you get a Cthulhu shirt?
I did. I got one Cthulhu shirt.
Awesome.
You got some cool patches too.
Assorted feet, $10 each.
Is that what you see on there? Yeah.
On their Instagram feed, there's a bowl of, I'm guessing, preserved animal feet.
The rubber body parts, fingers and feet and penises and stuff like that were so realistic. So realistic.
I think it's important to have black paper or these little paper bags because everybody was selling their stuff in these type of little bags.
Ed tried to filch mine on the way out when he left.
But this is one that I bought. I mean, it's just $20, so I'm going to buy it. You know, because that's cool. I don't know what it is, just cool. And then this is the Cthulhu one.
Oh, awesome.
And they had them in long sleeves. And the long sleeves were really cool because they had Cthulhu down the sides, but they didn't have them in my size. But it also has stuff on the back.
That's a real cool shirt. How much was that one? 45, 40?
No, it was 25. But
Oh,
if I would have
really?
got the long sleeve, the long sleeve was only 30.
Okay.
So I felt ripped off. And then the patches I got a Cthulhu patch. I got a Creature from the Black Lagoon patch. There was a lot of Black Lagoon stuff. It was bizarre.
Yeah.
And then I got a Kraken dive team. And then the stickers I got was I got one of these. I don't know what Loveland, Ohio is with the little frog with a thing, but I got it. I don't know.
We should
Dodgy, hello.
Then I got the same stickers here. But
Loveland is just a city in Ohio.
But what's the backstory? I mean,
There's a Loveland, Colorado too, because that's where the hospital was that I ended up in when I didn't have a way to get home from there. They moved me from the hospital here in Laramie to the hospital in Loveland by ambulance. And I had a second surgery there. Then they told me, oh, yeah, you can go home anytime. And I'm like, I'm in Loveland, Colorado, and my truck is in Laramie. This is fun.
yeah,
It doesn't say it's famous for anything in particular. Outdoor recreation.
I mean, we were just showing some of the weird stuff. There was a lot of really just neat booths and stuff too. One guy had just photos of
Hi, Dale.
different ghosts over the decades and things.
Really?
It was just cool.
Huh.
there were lots of things.
I think I would have had fun there.
The formaldehyde collections were impressive. Lots of booths had those. All kinds of stuff in jars.
And my dad used to have a big collection of that stuff. Lots of snakes and small mammals.
Yep.
Gone now.
Oh, hey, Larry D.
Yeah, hi to everyone in the chat. I think I said hi to anyone in the chat.
Some
Yeah.
pretty awesome people in the chat tonight.
And Bob, I got Larry's address so we can send him our things.
Yeah, we thought of Larry, but not there. Some other place.
Larry would have been fun there though too.
Oh yeah, he would love it. They had a lot of the. Oh, another thing they had was like the OB movies, like the horror slasher stuff. They had a real autopsy prop table. A lot of that stuff.
They had a side or a $7. What were those shows called where they had all the nasty stuff?
Some kind of museum, but Ed wouldn't let me go.
Well, you could have went. I wasn't going to spend $7 to look at the stuff.
See?
It was like a carnival. You know
Like
where
a
they would show
carnival type
all-
show thing.
Yeah, but when they would show all the weird stuff like
And
Yeah.
we couldn't go.
bearded ladies.
We didn't
Freak
get
show.
Yeah, I
there.
wasn't. Yeah, freak show. They had a freak show for $7.
We missed it.
Bob was just afraid that they wouldn't let him back out again, so he didn't
Right.
want to
I was trying to get out of driving back.
I didn't want to wait in line and pay $7 to wait in line too.
Only to find out that was the funnest bit.
go.
Hey, Dodgy. Oh.
But yeah, I think Pam would have been horrified. She would have been terrified there.
No, actually, I think I bet I would have really liked it.
I bet
I
Pam
would
would
have
have
had a
just
good time.
hung out in the corner by herself. I'm just giving you the business, Pam.
I would have done all my Christmas shopping there for my kids.
Definitely find something for Huawei there.
Definitely, yes.
Something we saw made me think of him talking about you stretching your jaws, Pam. That was in my stream the other day. That you could stretch your jaws and swallow a baby or something. We're talking about snakes.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I could fill that in on that. Hey, Select Pet. Hey, Daniel.
Find me a brother.
That would have been fun to bring the whole fish fam there.
It would be. I was telling Ed there should be like some kind of collaboration or something.
Some girl gave me a special pass to go to a different show for free.
It was
Did
a
you go?
special. It was
And
a special
I never
show. I
saw
thought
her
I was
again.
going to have to yell fire to get her off. After 30 minutes, you didn't.
She like disappeared. We
followed
walked
us.
in together.
She followed you all the way in, crossing you in the rain. I'm like, y'all have at it out here on the road.
Yep. And then she couldn't figure out how to pay to get in, and I took off because I wasn't going to pay for her way in.
I said Pam can unhinge her jaw like a snake, but only to feed on scared children. That was it. That was exactly it.
Well, he knows me well.
Now there's some art, Sarah. Think about that.
Yeah, Sarah's stuff would be so awesome there. There were a lot of artists, but I don't think any were as good as her.
No, there were a lot of artists, and there was only one that was in sort of her style. It was a lot looser and not nearly as clean, and not as talented at all. Nowhere near.
I'm always like envious because I feel like over there you guys have lots of different kinds of, exhibitions and shows and things that we don't really get here. Because I'm always, looking for places, and I suppose maybe if I was in the city there might be a few more things, but it seems to be more of a thing that happens in the States than here. This kind of conventions and shows are a lot more frequent and diverse.
They had a lot of bars set up in there.
Unless you live in Wyoming, there ain't shit in Wyoming.
Yeah, there was a lot of alcohol. Ow! I dropped my fish.
Uh-oh.
It's just a goldfish. I'm just trying to glue his nail to the bottom of the bowl. I didn't want to drop him.
Find you a brother. Huawei wants just to find him a brother.
What's the population of Australia?
25 million, roughly.
I don't know.
I wonder what the population... Well, the problem is it's such a big freaking continent. You guys are all spread out.
Well, 95% of our population lives within 10 kilometers of the coast, I think.
That makes sense because it's hot and dry in the center.
You guys have a lot of coast.
Yeah, we do.
Blackie, did you ever finish the Razor Crest?
Yes, I did, Dan. It was a good fun build, that one. And now it's sat inside just getting dusty because I don't play with my Legos enough.
Hey, Dragon Lair.
Hey, Dragon Lair.
Dragon Lair would have had fun there too.
I hope you are recuperating well from your surgery.
Oh, there we go. Huawei says 25.69 million 2021 Australian population.
The state of Wyoming, the whole state of Wyoming.
300,000?
No, we've got 580,000
Right.
for the whole state.
Atlanta's probably 5 million right there.
Oh, more than
It
that.
ends up being something like one person per every 6 square miles or something like that.
For every 6 buffalo.
Yeah, there's more cows in Wyoming than there is people. That's a fact. That is a fact.
There's more kangaroos in Australia than people.
Right?
Yeah.
That's really cool, though. I wish I could say that about the United States.
Well, apparently there is somewhere in Maine, I think, maybe, has a population of wallabies.
Really?
I could be wrong. Someone else could probably, pardon me, fact check that and see
I don't
where
know
it is.
about Maine. I wouldn't be surprised if there wasn't some in Texas. Texas has several like big game ranches where they've imported a bunch of different animals from other countries, Africa and stuff.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And
Well, I know that
people pay a pretty penny to hunt them. Dee Dee, hello. Happy birthday yesterday.
Oh, happy birthday,
Oh, happy
Dee.
birthday.
I must be lagging. I don't see Dee Dee.
You must be blind. She's right there.
She's got me blocked that heifer. No, there she is. It's Howdy.
Well, there's people that also keep kangaroos as pets here, too.
Yeah, Maine, it seems like Maine would be a little bit cold for them, though. But then I don't know.
There's somebody... I'm sorry.
Oh, Blackie has a toy.
Yes. By popular demand, I was requested to show it. But I also broke it in picking it up.
Oh, no.
And I had to climb over many things to get to it because my air conditioner stuffed up and is dripping water everywhere. So I've had to move a bunch of stuff out of the way, which unfortunately puts it in the way of other things. But anyway, here is the
Pretty
razor
awesome.
Nice.
Very cool build.
Cool.
Lots of stuff inside. I opened the wrong side though. Ah, fingers in
Do
the
you
way.
let Sarah see your Legos when she comes over?
No, she's not allowed.
Ah. That's what makes
No Legos for you, Sarah.
Well,
Last time she came over and with one of her sons, and I let the son see it. Yeah, I made her go and wait outside.
good, man.
That's okay. I live in a house full of Legos.
place in Kentucky that has kangaroos, wallabies, and emu. Didn't know that.
And I think there's a small section in England or Scotland as well that has a wild population of a certain type of wallaby. Paddy melons, I think.
I don't think they have those giant male ones, though, here. I never see those big muscle-bound boys kangaroos.
The red kangaroos.
I don't know if they let them in this country because I've never seen them.
Yeah, they can be pretty fierce. Thankfully, they're not around here. We only get the little wallabies around here.
Sarah's not a scruffy looking Nerf herder.
It's
What?
a quality Star Wars reference, boy.
Yeah.
Please. I've got a lot of t-shirts though. I just opened up the t-shirt box and I've got like t-shirts
Oh, wow.
and then I've got some more t-shirts and then there's also these t-shirts here and these ones here and also this here. So it's
Got
like
some work to do.
here's my t-shirt stuff.
Oh, wow.
Crikey.
It's almost a bit daunting.
You're
I don't
probably
know
you're gonna need some new Posca pens or whatever they're called before you get through that pile.
Yeah, probably. Okay.
Oh, we
I was actually
did I cut you off, Sarah?
we were cutting one another off.
Well, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say I might want more colours of pens anyway. That's all.
Extra colours, do you mean? Other colours than what you've got?
Yeah, maybe.
Select
I
Pet.
really like
Did you try one of the Roo burgers? It's a very, very nice meat. I enjoy it a bit. Probably should eat
Oh,
it.
I was a bit jealous because I got some kangaroo for my kids the other day, and they were eating juicy kangaroo meat, and I couldn't eat it. I had a piece of fish instead. It's not quite as satisfying.
We went to the big toy store also. What was the name of the toy place, Sid, we went to?
Oh, Hobby Town.
Hobby Town. All kinds of toys and hobbies.
Board games.
And I still couldn't find my coloring book. Damn it.
Yeah, Roo Jerky's nice too, Chris. After paying $40 to pet the kangaroos, I couldn't eat one.
Very cool, Ed.
Thanks. Now I'm going to mix epoxy and put it in there.
Show it again. Yeah, that's
It's
pretty cool.
One of the trophies for our fantasy football league. Here's the trophy that came out. This is the one that came out. This one is June's. Only Oscars.
Yeah, awesome.
That looks kind of good.
And this one is Ryan's from PN Aqua or something. I don't know what Ryan changed his name too much.
PNW, Pacific Northwest.
BMW. Nice.
Wait, June won a football trophy?
Yeah,
That's
her son
cool.
helped.
Yeah, her nephew, Chris.
No, her son.
Oh, okay. I haven't met her son.
I need to make sure I don't put this in my eyes. Eye and skin irritation.
And
Select pet
don't
asks if it's
epoxy
the
your
plastic.
eyes.
Is it the plastic melting type, Ed?
I hope the type that does this to the fish. I think I bought the right one. That was that one up there. So if it starts to melt, then I bought the wrong stuff. And then if it is, I may never make one for this poor guy.
Well, I had a plastic melting thing happen that kind of a couple years ago that kind of pissed me off, and it kind of like screwed up my truck really bad in the front. I had a headlight go out. So dipshit me, I figured that the mechanics at the Walmart would be able to take care of replacing my headlight, right? So they replaced it, and the next day it went out again. So I like raised the hood and I was looking at it and I got very upset because what they did is there's like you put the headlamp in this little cap thing and then screw it into place. And they stripped the cap. So instead of telling me or giving me any options to fix it or anything, they decided to glue it into place. But they used plastic melting glue. So now where my headlight goes, there's this big hole with like burnt looking edges and all crazy weird shapes and everything. And I have to like put the headlamp in there and then use tape to try to tape it into place. And it still doesn't quite go in perfect. And I've been pulled over a bunch of times because cops will come up behind me from the back and think that one of my headlights is out, and it's actually not out. It's just where they screwed it up. So yeah, that was fun.
You didn't just take it back to them and get them to fix their mistake?
I took it back to them and they wouldn't fix it.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
that's Bush League.
yep. Because to fix it, you would have to replace that whole
Yeah.
plastic thing in front that holds both headlights and goes in front of the grill and stuff. That whole thing would have had to be replaced, and they wouldn't do it. So
Okay.
yeah, I think I should have thrown a fit because I think if I would have thrown a fit about it, they would have had to replace it. I think that they were relieved that I didn't throw a fit and make them replace it. But the whole thing was stupid because they could have just told me what they did instead of fucking trying to glue it. You know. Yeah, and then like say they used some kind of glue that melted the plastic, so that was fun.
And you should have mentioned just nonchalantly the Tennessee Fish Mafia,
Yeah, I should have, huh?
right?
Oh, good catch. Yeah, it does seem strange, doesn't it, Paddy?
Oh, is Patty here?
Dragon Lair, Paddy. Padrick.
Oh, I think I do that every time. Podrick. Is it Patrick or Podrick?
I'd
call
go with
Dragon Lair.
Padrick.
I don't want him to punch me in the nose someday.
No, actually, I'm pretty laid back, and I don't very often throw a fit about anything. I'm more like I'm one of these people that will sit there quietly and get even later.
still thinking about eating kangaroo meat. Damn it.
I think the creepiest guy there was the carnival caller.
Oh my God.
He was just weird looking.
I suppose that's how you get that job.
He's
Yeah.
8 feet tall, too.
I bet he was like 6'6". There were a lot of really tall, gangly guys there.
That wouldn't surprise me any, Fleck Pet. But yeah, they have idiots working there. But I really figured that, you know, they could change a light bulb. You would think they would be able to just change the light bulb, wouldn't you?
You would think.
It's way too long. So there he is. I don't know if you can see him or not.
Oh, I want to see him. Let me blow you up here.
Oh. Damn it.
Oh, he's big. He's a big guy.
Yeah, he's bigger
Yeah.
than Gomez.
Who's going to win in the fight when you guys introduce him?
We're gonna let them see each other night to night.
Hey,
Look at him
Steve.
looking at
What is the length of it, Bob, roughly?
He's a foot, maybe 12 and a half inches.
Wow, he is big.
He's got
Is he being...
an injury to the see the bone on his head. He's got a piece missing out the front. I don't know what happened to him.
She probably beat him because she didn't like him.
It's true.
She was scared of him, and she was scared of him, and he was scared of her. He was crazy. And she kept chasing him back in the corner with the glove, and finally I said, let me try. And as soon as she took her hand out, he came out to me. I'm like, damn. She told me he was mean. Let's see. And for comparison, hey, Gomez. Hey, buddy. You know, Gomez is as long as he is. His body may not be, but his tail is.
What type did you say they are? Horned chameleon, is it?
What kind?
Yeah.
Veiled.
Veiled.
Veiled. He's really, really pretty when he does. Anyway, there he is.
Where do you find these guys in the wild?
He's a good Edric will know. Pop it in.
Don't most chameleons come from Africa and Madagascar?
Yes.
Oh, neat.
Yes.
Do they have chameleons in Australia?
No.
Bummer. Well, you guys missed the boat on that one.
Yeah. I think they decided we already had too much fun stuff.
He's already licking water off. He's thirsty. I need a name for him.
Wow, you're still trying to get that joke to pass, aren't you, mate?
What's he saying?
Saying, why is Bob showing us an empty box? I can't see anything.
I'm trying to promote dance.
No, that's echoing not true. Bear with me, I'll be back.
Okay. Oh, Ed is doing it. Let's see how long before the explosion.
Can't afford to keep doing these things. $30 a pop.
I hear an echo.
Yeah, I don't know where it's coming from.
Come here, Worm. Pam Yazzie's better today.
Oh, good. Good.
Yeah. This morning he was still kind of sketchy, and I couldn't get him to eat, but tonight I hand fed him. He took it. I thought he's in here. At least he got up. Yazzie, come and see Pam. I think he did get his eye hurt in whatever fresh hell happened yesterday. Yazzie, come here. Yazzie. Where's Yazzie? Where's the boy? Where's the boy? Where is the boy? You're not the boy, you're Princess. Oh well. A lot of people had those tails hanging out of the back of their pants, and I asked Ed if he thought if I got one it would make me look fatter, and he said no, it would be slamming.
Couldn't get him to bite on buying one.
You had a tail, Blackie?
Huh?
Oh, I thought you said I had one.
No, I said it's nice inside. The aircon's on in the house, so it's like 25 degrees in there. We'll say walk inside and go, yeah, yum, and then walk outside and go,
Is it super hot there?
yeah.
The fan is blowing on me, and it's just like pushing a wall of hot at me.
Yeah.
So,
At least it's
instead of
moving in.
like still hot, it's like moving.
And I'm sitting here wearing a coat because I'm cold.
What have you got on underneath it, Pam?
Huh?
Never mind.
I got a shirt on.
Oh. I thought maybe you were doing a Maryland there.
It's 42 degrees and raining here.
Yeah, and no snow
32
predicted.
and sunny here.
I'm hoping that we get some rain. There's meant to be a cyclone, and usually that will bring us a gift of some rain, and I don't know if it's going to come or not. But I want it to replenish my creek. Please. So I've been going down and spending a lot of time at my little creek just here, and doing some fish spotting, which has been
Nice.
going. Yeah. So we have got a rather large population of catfish in there.
Of what?
Catfish. pandanus. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
But I've just never seen so many of them in a group. Like I sent a video through to Mikey yesterday, and how many do you reckon there was in that little group, Mikey?
Oh, quite a few.
Quite
Can't say that I stopped to count them.
I actually didn't either. I don't do that sort of thing, but it's a really large group of them all just hanging out together. And then we've got
Vic, hello.
there's like mullets in there who are really, really cute to watch because they hang out in little groups, and I say that they nuzzle the rocks, but they're probably, loosening up stuff off there to eat or something, because they get in all in a group on the rock and just like nuzzle and nuzzle and nuzzle at it. That's really cute. And then there's some other big fish.
Oh,
And then lots of little ones, gudgeons and rainbow fish. And I don't know. Do you reckon those little ones are gambusia, Michael?
Did you just call me Michael?
Yeah, I know. It felt so weird when it came out of one.
Yeah, probably gambusia. Unless they're just smaller rainbows waiting to grow.
Yeah, I mean, they had like little markings on them because I could see them. So if you get into the creek and you sit really, really still, then all the fish start coming out of hiding and come all around you. And these little ones, I was like, they've got like some little markings on them. But I couldn't get any like film or photos of that. They didn't have my camera with me when I was right in the water and they were all around. But they would come up and just nibble on you when you're really nice and still.
1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 catfish in your catfish video at least.
No. A whole bunch of but I don't know much about it. Like I've always only ever known them in mostly like single instances, because my main interaction with them is like when there's a spot that I know, and then when there's a male who's looking after his nest and he gets aggressive, and that's about it until, apart from seeing them in tanks and stuff. Do you reckon that they usually hang out in big groups like that?
Yeah, I'm not sure what causes it. Whether they're just, maybe going through another mating cycle, or whether feeding's just good there at the minute. Maybe there's nutrients getting washed downstream and they're just in a good spot for food.
Where they were hanging, so the creek would come like around and then from behind them, and then they all hang out in the bit before it gets a little bit thinner and faster. And that's where they're all sort of clustered together. Does that make sense? I was thinking about popping some of those little videos up to share, but I don't know whether that's something that people will want to see. Oh, look at you.
Oh, they're good size. They're pretty big, huh?
Yes, they are.
Yeah, they'll quite regularly grow to 18, 20 inches in the wild in a healthy system.
Now, are your gambusia, are they native or invasive?
No, invasive, yeah. They were released sensibly into our ecosystem in the early 1900s to combat mosquitoes.
Can
And
you show one of the videos of the mullet nuzzling the rocks, please?
one moment.
And I'll try
They've
and
been
get
destructive.
What's that, Ed?
They've been destructive.
Yeah, they decimate native fish babies and stuff. So they're not really that great to have. Because, yeah, as they found out, even though they call them mosquito fish, if there's other food sources available, they will go for other food source instead of mosquito larvae, because other food sources are quite often more readily available than mosquito wrigglers.
Do you think that if I can get a good video of them, you'll be able to tell if that's what they are or not?
What's the gambusia?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they could just be a gudgeon as well, like you said.
Well, there definitely are a few different kinds of legends in there. I don't think that's the best nuzzling video, though.
This one, or is that when they're leaving?
Yeah. Well, there's the one where they're all like nuzzling, and then they leave one by one.
Hi, trash cat.
They're very, very cute to watch. Their behaviours are really cute. And they have the cute little faces.
I think I've found one. Yeah, pushing that button, push that one instead. I think this is the one that you like, is it? If I'm, yeah.
Did you see that question earlier from Big Shrimp and Blackie that said, "Is there monitors in Australia?"
What was the question? Hang on, I'll go back and read it.
Is there monitors in Australia?
Yeah. We've got lots of big monitors. Sarah's got one living near her house.
Is she afraid to touch it?
Yeah,
I
she
am
probably
not.
is.
I'm not afraid, but I makes me want to have a pet one. So we used to have the biggest one I've ever seen at my old house, or the house before the last house, and we called him the Granddaddy Goanna because he was absolutely massive, and he used to come and eat, and it took all of my like willpower not to want to like get up, and I'd come and sit really close and take some pictures, and like, you know, he would come and steal our rubbish and stuff like that and get in the compost heap. But yeah, I try not to overly interact with wild things, but it was very hard with the goanna because they're very adorable. When we went to the reptile expo, there was a guy who had like a pet one that was just like hang out on his shoulder and stuff. I was just like, all my insides like went all through. They're the most adorable. They're cuter than like probably any other thing I could.
Yeah, we've got quite a few. The most common one around here, Steve, is called the lace monitor. And I think the biggest one in Australia is the parenti. But there's eastern water monitors, all sorts of different ones in Australia. But yeah, the lace monitors that we get around here are very, very pretty indeed. Lovely paint jobs on them.
monitors are smarter than dogs.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. There's a lot of very intelligent lizards out there.
I got sucked into a hole of watching a video of some guy with his pet iguana one night, and it was pretty cute. All the things that it was doing, all of the behaviors and interactions and stuff were just. I reckon that it wasn't too silly. But I would love, well, I reckon a big monitor will be too big, but I can't remember. Someone was telling me on stream quite a while ago about ones and they're only like quite small. They only grow to a smallish size. That might be nicer for a pet.
Does monitor lizard have venom? You what?
I don't know. I think that I don't know that they do, but I think if you got a bite from them, they'd probably get infected. But what their attack tends to be, they like swipe you with their tail. So when they get really angry, rather than like trying to bite you, they'll turn around and swing their tail at you.
Yeah, from what I've heard, they aren't venomous, but they've got a lot of nasty bacteria in their mouth. If they bite you, you're going to get a really bad infection.
That's right. Yeah. That's what the Komodo dragons use as their kill method. Is they'll bite a prey item and then basically follow it around for days and days until it hits the ground with septicemia or something, and then they can eat it.
I think that's one of the creepiest things to watch, though, the way that they just lurk and hang around for them to die.
Bob, idea for your next pet, get a Komodo. No thanks.
There's Yazzie.
Yeah.
If I didn't have Yazzie, I might think about it, but Yazzie would mess a Komodo up.
Yeah, AAA. Goanna is just the indigenous word for that family of lizards, which Whitey turned into monitor lizards. And Komodo dragons are the biggest monitor lizards on the planet. I believe they're in the same family as all of our goannas and whatnot.
They're just not really quite as cute.
Say that again?
They're not as cute. I just heard myself twice.
Yeah, there is a bit of an echo.
An echo. Yeah. Well, also, just by the way, I did see a gecko on my wall the other night, and I also found, that weird story. This is really only going to sound relevant for Mikey, but there was some of that stuff on like the head of my Buddha.
The stuff that was on your wall from a few weeks ago. Interesting.
Is that a mold?
No, so what I thought, well, the first time when I saw it, I thought that one of my kids had like picked a scab or something and like wiped his blood in a little pattern across the wall. Stupid dog. Or maybe some like soy sauce from a dinner or something like that was like trailed across the wall. And so I was like, oh, that's it. I'm going to go and gather the children and mouse on them and all of that. And then I started to see that like higher up on the wall, there was this other trail of it, and then higher, and then even higher, and like my ceilings are very high. I don't know how high, but they're high. And up in the corner, there was like some of this stuff even through behind some of the cobwebs, and I have no idea what it was. It was like drips. literal strips of it, and then really strange patterns that you wouldn't think, like if a creature was walking and dragging it, that it would be more uniform, whereas this would go in like really random patterns and then have a jump and then have like a double bit of it and then drip marks of it. And I don't know what it came from, because it wasn't the kid. Like, once I could see all of that, it wasn't a kid trailing their finger. It wasn't splatter marks that something got thrown up to this roof. It's something else, and I have no idea what it is. But afterwards, I was talking to my eldest son, and there's this sort of the pole outside on the deck, and there's a similar but like a lot fatter bit of this kind of, and with drips of this same sort of looking brown liquid stuff. And so I've had no idea what it is, and then I found some more of it over the head of one of my little statues in a different room.
That sounds like that supernatural plasma or something.
Yeah, definitely edible, Larry. Definitely used a lot by the Aboriginals as food, meat.
Oh, but I couldn't eat one of those. It's funny because I actually could, but I couldn't.
He did spell it correctly. Well, what the hell is that?
Yeah, maybe. No, because if you've got a big bunch of that stuff outside, then it's probably not a gecko having caught some food and dragging its goop across the wall. Maybe it is a poltergeist.
Maybe it's bat.
It's like the only logical conclusion that I can come to.
Seems feasible.
No, bat stuff falls down, not up.
Yeah.
Thank you, Vic.
That's another thing I'm yet to see here. That doesn't mean that they don't come here, but everywhere else I've lived, I've had like little microbats, tiny little bats.
I love them.
And yes, me too. I have not seen any here yet. We have a
Probably
huge
because
up in the roof where they could happily live if they would like to.
Yazzie.
I haven't.
Yazzie.
I would imagine with all of your rocky, mountainous terrain, there's probably enough caves and things for them to live in without needing houses.
True.
There's Granny.
I found a bat in the pool floating on the 5th of July. I think it got disoriented from all the fireworks, and probably took a diver in the pool a little too deep in the water. Poor guy.
Yeah, my son had one in his house the other night.
That was
Hello,
a group of bats.
A what?
Me? Microbat?
Yeah. But yeah, even when I used to live down there was multiple sightings in the little outside area that I used to sit in all the time. They'd just fly in through the gaps in the brickwork and then get stuck in loops.
I used to get them. You go.
You what? Who's what?
I think I have a really good skill of starting to talk at the same time as other people.
That's all good. You go, because you're more important. Talk.
No, I used to get them inside the house all of the time. Sometimes you would wake up and find one hanging from like the light fitting or the fireplace or stuff like that. But when the I don't know, some house inspector or something came over doing an inspection of the house, or maybe it was an electrician, and he came down out of the roof and he was just like freaking out because he was like, you've got like little bats and a snake. You know there is a snake in your room, and there's little bats hanging everywhere. I was like, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, get a hold of yourself, mate. Calm down. Do your job.
Yeah, he was certainly very freaked out by going in there and finding all those guys. I love
Is the guy an Australian?
Yeah. Oh, wait, he's an Australian who, for a living, comes into people's roof cavities. I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe
not
Yes.
all of us are hardcore, Ed.
Yeah, I guess you guys got some wimps.
We got some silkies.
I like
look,
that.
if he'd moved recently from the city, he might not have experienced that sort of thing before. I had a really horrible experience actually going to the doctor, and the doctor had come from the city. And my son had gotten what we call a tick bomb, which is when you unfortunately go through where all of the tick eggs have hatched and you get like the larval ticks all over you. And yeah, I went to the hospital with my little son who was having an allergic reaction and covered in these tiny little ticks. And this doctor was like saying, yeah, they're not ticks. He said they're head lice. And the head lice just had head lice for so long that they burrowed into his skin. And I said, well, I kind of know a little bit about head lice because I have 3 children. And he goes, well, if your other children have head lice, then this child obviously has head lice too. And I was like, and then a fruit fly flew past my son. And he was like, look, there's one now.
Shit.
I was like, at that point, I thought, oh, he's joking. And I had a laugh and I said, oh, I'm so sorry. I thought you were like being serious this whole time, but you're actually like joking. And I was saying, oh, that's such a like relief. And then I realized he wasn't joking. He seriously thought the first was a head lice that had flown off. And I was saying that they're ticks. He goes, ticks only come in single instances. And I'm like, they don't. They come in multiple instances, especially. I'm like, these are larval ticks. He's like, but did you count how many legs they have? They have 6 legs and ticks have 8 legs. I'm like, they're larval ticks. Like, I know I've lived in the bush like my whole life. They're ticks. And yeah, he treated me like an idiot and he sent me home with no treatment for my son who was having terrible allergic reaction. Luckily, I had some medicine that staved him off until I got him to a better doctor the next day. But yeah, but that was just like someone from the city who had just no idea what he was doing. And yeah.
The reason they call them head lice is because they don't get on the body; they only get on the head.
Yeah. And he had these like all his whole body, and they're on his head too. And head lice don't burrow into your skin.
And they certainly don't fly.
Pedicula campus.
G'day, Mooney.
Hey, Moonstone. She missed most of that.
I think the point is just that city people know different stuff to country people.
Yeah, they certainly know ignorance when country people are trying to tell them how it is in the country.
No.
They excel at that.
I was going to make a big complaint about that doctor. But in the end, I was so angry about it that I felt like it was healthier for me to just like, I had to walk away from it.
Yep.
And your the doctor that you went to the following day, did they provide adequate treatment and understand what they were?
Yeah. Well, so the next day, doctor said, "Oh wow, I don't know about this." So he Googled it and said, "Well, wow, yeah, this is totally a thing," and gave medicine for it. And then the next day, doctor, because I had to keep going back, the next day, doctor was like, "Oh shit, that's so far." Like she was like a local. She's like, I say this all the time. What he should have given you is this. He should have given it for this many days. kid's gonna have this thing, and yeah, it was just like, oh, I see this all the time. And I was like, yeah. But she's a very cool local doctor who I finally saw. Good lady.
What else?
Patrick asked if you see any carpet snakes, Sarah.
I've had a couple here so far. I haven't seen as many snakes here as I would have liked. But what I've seen is either 2 or 1 twice. But I have a feeling it was 2 because I feel like one was smaller up in the rafters and the other one was bigger on the deck. But I didn't get to get a good look because my dog noticed it and she wanted to go for it, and I had to like keep her away from it and stuff. And yeah, so I've had 2 so far here, like at the house, and I've had a few round tree snakes, which are very pretty and nice. And we had another snake encounter where my son stepped on a snake, but I don't know what snake it was. So he was the only one who saw it, and he was just like, I stepped on a snake. But it didn't bite him, it just slithered away and he ran away, and that was it. It didn't look like a python. They're all my snake stories from this house, really. It was really cute though with the brown tree snake. So there's like lots of jars and bottles with plants in them. So there's like water and plants growing out of them. And my son was chopping up one of them out on the deck. And he came into me and he's like, I didn't know how to react to this, but I went to top up one of the jars of water and I saw a really interesting looking stick in there. So I had a bit of a closer look at that stick, and it was actually a snake. And I was like, oh. So I came out to see because I was worried that if it had gone into one of the bottles, that maybe it was having trouble getting back out. So I thought if there was something, I might have to like break the bottle open or try and pull the plants out or something. But luckily it was in a big jar with a fat top, and it was just having a little bath in there. That was very, very lovely. And it hung out in the water for a little while, looking pretty, and then it went off on its way.
Night, Lady Rorschach.
Thanks, Lady Rorschach.
Hi, you want to come on then?
Yeah, that's true, Paddy. Paddy says that might be why you don't have bats, is because you've got a resident carpet python.
Well, you might say that, but like I had pythons galore at my last house and bats galore.
Yeah.
They both lived in the same roof cavity.
Yeah, you might have had enough rodents at the old place too that were
Well,
keeping
that's
it
true.
there.
There was a lot more rodents there, and very few here. Occasionally, like my dog, this girl here, I won't even say the word because she loves to find an MOUSE, which counts for rats as well. But if she smells that there's one anywhere, she will come and tell you there's one. And
That's
I won't
awesome.
say it because then she'll get very excited and start looking for one. And he has recently sort of like been telling me that there was one in the corner of the kitchen. And she gets a little bit excited on it. I don't want to hype her up into that state at the moment. But it's a very good skill for her to have because as soon as one comes in the house, she's telling you that it's there. Don't hand it.
Yeah, my dog's crikey, that echo.
He tries to hunt them down, doesn't he? And catch them.
Yeah, he's getting a bit old for it though. He's not as good as he used to be. He used to have 100% success ratio whenever he was chasing a rat or a mouse, but yeah, now he's a bit stupider.
Aw.
comes with old age. Righto, it's giving me the shits now. Can I get everyone to check their echo cancellation settings in the audio settings on StreamYard, please?
Where do I go? Settings.
I'm using earphones, so I don't think it could be me, but I'll still
Won't.
check.
I'm pretty sure it's not me, but I'm going to mute my.
Yeah, that's a good way to pinpoint who it is.
Mine's on. Is that what you want us to check for?
If
My
your
echo.
echo cancellation is switched on, yeah. I think I've said it like 3 times this episode, Huawei. Maybe even more. Maybe I should actually check mine. Yeah, mine's on.
They're all on,
Right.
but it's not. Is it happening anymore for you? Because I don't think I can hear it anymore.
No, I'm not getting echoes.
Is it me? Try it now.
Is it? Maybe. No, I'm not getting echoes now.
Must be it.
Okay, now let me try.
Right.
Good day. Hello?
Good day.
Good day. Good day, mate.
Can you hear me fine? Or
Yeah, you sound fine.
But I can't really hear the echoing anymore.
I just heard it, but it's weird. I don't know what's going on.
No, well, let's stop being fixated on it, Blackie, and ignore it.
I checked to make sure it wasn't, or that my thing was on, and it was.
It's particularly distracting when you're trying to talk and you keep hearing yourself talking back at the same time that you're talking, so your own self distracts you from what you're trying to say.
Yeah, so you get all these abnormal pauses where there normally wouldn't be pause in your speech.
It couldn't be you, Moonstone, because you're not talking on here.
I think Mooney just wants to be the centre of attention. It is you, Mooney.
Seems like it, doesn't it?
Yeah, plot twist. It was Blackie the whole time. Thankfully, though, that is a setting that stays selected. You don't have to set it every time.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that I couldn't have my thing without headphones. But since my microphone went bung, it seems to be okay. But that doesn't mean it's not me.
We'll survive. Oh, there goes the echo. It won't, Moonstone. It won't help at all.
You were right.
Did you get that one all fixed, Ed?
Yeah, I got it fixed, and now I'm going to glaze it. I'll show you. See the arm?
Yeah.
I painted it up. I packed it with paper and then glued over the paper, so it's like a hard paper mache.
Aha.
And then both wings or flippers broke off last week, so I painted both up, so you can't even tell on that one.
I love how you first called them arms, and then you called them wings, and then you finally settled on flippers third time.
Never a fin, though.
I like it very much, but what I'm interested in is that a lamp?
It is.
That is very exciting.
Unfortunately, the batteries fell into the fish tank, so I need to put new AA batteries in it to make it work.
Yeah.
What color light? I assume it's just the eyes that glow, is it? Do they glow
The whole
red?
face actually glows.
Oh, right. Nice.
But yeah, I burned the eyes out on it, so the eyes are like burned out.
Oh, that makes it extra spooky.
Yeah.
I like it very much. You inspire me, Ed.
Well,
You
thank you.
you made me want to pull out all of my polymer clay again, which I've been searching for, but I've still got so much stuff and packed away and so much craft stuff. But after seeing some of your other things, I was like, yes, I'm going to pull out my polymer clay and make things. And I used to always want to make lamps, but very different ideas that I had. But that is you're always making something different, and that's what I find really inspiring. That's why I want to like, if I just make only one thing, if I just draw all the time, then I get like kind of like there's no flow. But if I'm making lots of different kinds of things, then when the inspiration sort of stops flowing for one thing, it sort of starts into the next thing, and I can make the next thing. And for a little while, I've been a little bit stagnant, and I didn't make anything for a while before I moved. And since I moved, I've sort of been trying to get back into it. So yeah, it's really nice to see you making stuff that makes me feel like, yes, make everything.
After seeing that, seeing all those statues and things today, I want to make more stuff.
Yeah. Make all the stuff. Yeah.
All the every stuff.
All the every stuff. I made a little incense holder. I made a little incense holder out of clay, but I can't fire it. It's because it's made out of real clay. So I don't know what to do with that. But it's like, hang on, I'll see if I can get it. Except
I wish I had a kiln.
Away.
See if I can back this up a little so you can see what I'm doing. What I'm doing is I'm just glazing this guy right now, so the paint won't scratch off when I bang it into things.
Pool liner. What's a pool liner?
Make sure that the water doesn't drip out of your pool. It's like all plastic. So it's like a plastic giant bag that goes on the inside of the pool.
Right. That's what I thought he meant. Huawei said it was hurting my brain trying to think what a pool liner of Sarah's art would look like.
Oh, wow. That'd be crazy.
It would be pretty impressive. Yeah.
Talking about.
You making pool liners.
Making pool liners.
Yeah, don't you read the chat? Goodness. There you go, you're full screen so you can show it.
My favourite way to be.
Dang it, this brush is...
It's like a little guy.
Oh, cool.
Oh, I love him.
And see, so he's got a feather in him now. But that can be a stick of incense. And I made him, and he sits on my fish tank, and he's fine. But I would like to be able to fire him.
Could you just sit him in the sunlight for 5 days?
Well,
Not quite.
it's not going to do the same. Although the sunlight around here, maybe it will. I'll lay him out like on the driveway on the hot stones in the full sun. It might work. I was thinking about making one at home. It's just really scary because so you can make something to fire your clay at home, but firstly, it could go boom. You can like dig a pit, or you can get like a drum. I was reading about it, but the thing is, you won't have as much consistency. So if you make something you really, really like, you have to be prepared that it might smash apart in a kiln like that. You know, if you're trying to fire it in that way, because you just don't have the same consistency of heat and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was
I had a
Patrick would also be interested in seeing you making polymer creatures like your drawings.
Oh,
wow,
yeah.
that
Why
would
did
be
you
awesome.
decide on the color blue for him, Ed?
I had a professor that had a walk-in kiln. So it was like it was like a meat room or something. And then what he would do is after he'd have everything lined up in there with all of his pots and everything with the glaze, he would take salt and just fling it all over the place. And the salt would create awesome crystally looks in his artwork. It was so cool.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
Salt does
And there are lots of
cool
things like
things
that
to
that you
glaze.
can do. Chuck different things in that'll burn up at different rates and stuff and make patterns. And I would love to have a kiln.
Man, I wish I had one.
I have
I wonder
this one that sits on my desk, but see, all of the things I'm making out
Oh,
of clay,
that's so
they're
cute.
like not as interesting as maybe the drawings. This one has got a moonstone that is a real moonstone in its head, and a little piece of smoky quartz that he's holding.
Awesome.
Is that made out of clay?
Yeah, that's made out of this one's polymer clay.
Oh, okay. Cool.
But yeah, like I was making things, and I was making some jewelry and selling some different kinds of jewelry things and making some little things out of the polymer clay. But yeah, I mean, what kind of happened is a few things happened, but it was largely with everything that went on with COVID, with everything getting shut down, and then of course my kids being home from school and homeschooling them, and so it was just like this whole period where all my creative stuff kind of just bottomed out, and I wasn't doing anything, and it wasn't the best of times, and I was like all that COVID-y stuff, and then we had floods and everything, and it's just been really hard. So I feel like there's this huge distance between making, because I was trying to do lots of making, and then no making for a really long time, a couple of years. But now it's time to get back to the making, I think.
That's awesome.
Gonna do it. I've got a big block of
Hey, vibes.
clay.
vibes. So that little mousy looking thing that you just held up with the moonstone in its head.
Yeah.
I know this lady on the YouTube, so has a similar name to a moonstone that probably should buy it off you.
Yeah.
Well,
So subtle and around the corner and stuff.
he's like not for sale, not this one. But I've got a lot of those tiny little pieces of moonstone and couple of other kinds of stones in little ones. And because like he's got like little glass eyes and stuff, I bought lots of bits and pieces. So I'd really like to get into the making. I've got at least like a chunk of this polymer clay somewhere. When I find it, watch out.
I buy so much of it. I probably have 25 pounds of it.
Oh,
Well, I would love to have.
This is just some
Yeah.
colors.
See, I always
Where's my
just get the plain color because I just get like one giant block of plain color.
Yeah.
Because it's more cost effective. And I can never choose the colors. And then I figure I can do whatever I want with it. But it's not quite true because the color looks much better when it's in the clay. Yeah.
I probably have 25 of these blocks. Every time I go to Walmart, I buy one. They're $6 a piece, and if you buy them slowly, it's not. It doesn't hurt your pocketbook.
See, it cost me like $30 for a block that size.
Ouch.
Jeez.
I'll be right back. I gotta check my heaters because my house is getting cold and I got a feeling one of them must have shut off.
Well, anywhere else, it's $9 a block or $12. You know, 9 to 12. But Walmart sells them for $6. So they just only carry about 5 per store. So, it's always just a constant trying to get them before the other people do.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's one of those things, getting all the supplies, but I try and like search online for the most cost-effective way to get stuff, and I try and accumulate all my bits. Because every time I get something, I realize, oh no, now I need some of that and some of that other stuff and then some of that other stuff. It's like, oh, I've got the polymer clay, but now I want like some wire for armature, and I'm gonna want some stuff to make eyeballs out of, and now I'm gonna want paint, and I'm gonna want some resin and like a gloss to put on top of it, and
Never ends.
And then I'll be like, no, I'm gonna draw on t-shirts now, and then and then I buy the t-shirts and the pens and I draw that, and then I go, oh no, now I have to paint.
Somebody bought me the really good stuff.
That looks pretty cool. It's
like the super good clay. So I'm saving that one for something special because you can sculpt it so much easier. And then they also got me one of these. This type of sculpty, you can get so much more detail because it doesn't bounce back. You know how it like rebounds or forms back to what it's hard to get really good detail. This is one of those, the type that like holds a perfect form. So I have 2 good pounds of the really good stuff.
That sounds like something a drug dealer would say, Ed.
Yeah, good stuff.
A couple of pounds of the good stuff.
What I would love to be able to do is to get like you can get like the monster clay or something where you can reuse it and then be able to and get silicon, and so make something and then make a mold and then cast more. So you make one thing, you spend ages and ages getting all your details, and then do like replicate it. I'd really like that, but it's a lot of different materials to get that happening, and it's just out of my reach. That would be really fun to make multiples, I think.
Pam Vibe wants to know how long you plan on being live.
I would imagine, based on our previous weeks, probably another 15 to 20 minutes.
Yeah, something like that. About 15 more minutes. Actually, I'm hoping to make it to at least 70 years old, Vibes. But you never know.
What's that, another month?
No, it's your birthday's like June 12th.
What's that?
Is your birthday June 12th?
No, 23rd.
Dang it, wrong side.
And I'm gonna be 68 this year.
Good night, Mooney. Good to see you again.
I'm gonna be 49.
We'll try and talk Sarah into making some other sculpture with a piece of moonstone in it that she's willing to let go of for money and stuff.
I can do that. This one, there's the reasons why I can't let go of it. It's not just emotional. It's old and it's full of dust.
You could get ahead of the masses and go ahead and start doing those mammoths that they've got gestating right now. The woolly mammoths.
Oh, they're making some right now?
There's one inside an Indian elephant right now, or Asian elephant, not Indian.
Yeah, I heard
Well,
that.
Crazy
we were
world.
competing. Americans were doing the mammoth. I think it's the Swedes or the Finnish. They're doing some giant antelope that's been extinct for years that has like a bajillion horn. You know, it's like a mega rack.
Like Jurassic Park kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the Russians are doing some giant bear.
Of course they are.
Of course they would.
Yeah, that makes sense. But these are all things from the Ice Age, because you know that you got strong DNA from it.
Right.
And Bob's doing a banana.
Pam, my blood sugar got low with all of this creativity. How to prune my pear tree. Good night, Moonstone.
Night.
Ooh, that would be cool to put a bottle over a bloom and let a pear grow in that. I'm defrosting 2 large mice. Oh, they are working on the Tasmania tiger? Oh, cool.
Yeah, I think there's a group down here as well trying to work on it.
That's a
And,
cool
you know,
one there.
There's still a section of humanity that believes that they're not actually extinct and that there's still
Yeah.
live specimens in the wild.
There's
I mean,
some guy.
some of the Tasmanian jungle is pretty wild.
That guy that's a tracker or something, he says that they're still out there.
Yeah, I've read different witness reports of seeing them like in the distance on an island and stuff.
Well, it's
So
just
Australia,
because you'd need a reasonable population amount to be able to sustain breeding numbers without deformities and disease and stuff. But yeah, that'd be interesting to see if they can bring that back.
that'd be awesome.
Oh, cool, BJ.
Well, I guess if they're always clones.
I guess Samantha went to sleep. Or scooted over to somebody else's stream. That's it.
Yeah, I don't know about that, Paddy. Whether they're in Papua still, but there's certainly wild forests and jungle in Papua New Guinea that could certainly keep them up there. But they disappeared pretty rapidly from mainland Australia because of Whitey coming in and getting rid of them, killing their livestock and stuff, and then the last population being in Tasmania itself.
He's still here, Bob. He just got real quiet because of the shock of watching you eat a banana.
I guess. I thought he was probably trying to hurry and look up the population of Atlanta that we asked for an hour and a half ago. But I guess not. I've got meat in a slow cooker that's been going all day, and I'm just messing. Don't want to hear that. Nope. Messing with his meat. Nope. Don't want to hear that.
Bork and Bucky's ripped me off. I said, which sandwich is the best sandwich? And he said the sliced turkey barbecue, sliced turkey. And so I said, well, that's what I'm going to get. And then I ate it and it was old and dry.
Oh.
But my chicken was good.
Well, that's not to say it wasn't the best one they had.
There's that.
I think he just tricked me because he knew he had to throw them away soon.
He wanted to get rid of them. Dee Dee's going to do some sculpting soon.
Oh.
It's a good one. I recommend it.
I need to get more baby heads.
Said no one ever.
No,
Good point. Thank you.
I can't
Doll
say that
heads. Doll heads.
I heard that.
Oh, it's not half of. It's not. How much is that? That's not right. $496.
If I had to guess, I'd say Atlanta's more than that, but I know Huawei's pretty good on the Google.
It was over 1 million 25, 30 years ago. Maybe everybody moved, but they sure have a hell of a traffic still.
What was it?
Population of Atlanta is 496,000.
Oh, that's just downtown. That's not the metropolitan. Metropolitan has got to be close to 5.5 to 6. I would
Oh,
guess.
yeah. Okay.
It's nobody lives downtown because it costs too much to actually live in city limits anymore. It's how all big cities are real small.
And Atlanta's like one of those fairly spread out cities, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it does say population of almost 500,000 living within the city limits. But yeah, all those suburbs and stuff might be left out of that census count.
That's almost as much as the whole state of Wyoming.
Yeah.
Like Chattanooga's only 300,000, but it's almost, I think, 700 if you count the metropolitan. Chattanooga's a small city.
Tata jugs.
I tried to leave that one alone. I'm glad someone else went there.
What are you going to sculpt with, Dee Dee?
The metropolitan area of
Should
Atlanta
probably
is
just start with some molds.
6.14 million in Atlanta.
Crikey, that's a big town.
Crikey, that's a whole lot more than the state of Wyoming.
Yeah. It's a big ass place. Maybe some old bones from the graveyard.
The ghosts of lovers past.
I've been. Oh, should I show my turtle shell?
No. Did you say should I or did I? Because if you said should I, yes. Did I? No.
No, I know because it didn't make it in time for Wednesday's stream. But right now it's sitting in a tree in my backyard. Because I'm not ready to clean it yet, and the dog will eat it if I don't leave it in the tree.
Yeah, I was going to say you should have it on an ant's nest or something because ants clean them up pretty quick, but then your dog will get it pretty quick.
One little bone still in it, but it's a bit smelly. Like I might even use a paper towel to hold it so I don't have to wash my hands right away. But I would just get it out of the tree.
That sounds like that corn dog you had, Ed.
Yep. Atlanta is the 7th biggest city in America. I just looked it up. That's why the traffic sucks.
It really does. Even with all those lanes.
It's like got 10. There's like 10 lanes that you can go the same direction, and it's still congested. It is so stupid.
Wow, 10 lanes on a highway. That's
yeah. Yep.
But the problem is everybody's trying to get to different sides of it to get out on different arteries.
Yeah.
And so it's just a mess, and there's always a wreck. Oh. It's stupid.
When we get that tunnel system that Elon wants, we won't have all that.
Apparently. All right, let's put Sarah in her favorite place so she can show us her turtle shell.
Yeah. I Yeah. I've got the paper towel. I'm sort of considering maybe I should just not use the paper towel and I just wash my hands after. It's not that gross. So this is my turtle.
Cool.
It's pretty
Awesome.
cool. What's unfortunate is that the person who found it was my dog. So she chewed this bit of the back off it.
What'd
Oh,
she
that's
do
all
with
right.
the turtle?
Well, thankfully the turtle was not in it when she found it.
Oh, okay.
There's a
Make it
couple of
lighter.
little bones. There's just this little set of like bones at the back in there. I don't know.
Yeah, that's cool.
But the rest of it is empty.
If you filled those holes in, you could put a plant in there.
I can definitely make something out of it, can't I? Like that's what I'm thinking.
I'm
I could
thinking
grow
of
something.
math.
Oh, she is begging me. Can I please have the delicious treat?
That would really make a cool mask.
But yeah, so I'm definitely going to make something out of it. I'm going to give it a little scrub out. Because, like, I mean, it's not that gross, but it's, yeah, it's not even that smelly. It hardly smells like anything at all. But it just could use a wash if you can see inside. You can't because it's all dark. But it's very cool. And, yeah, I was very happy when she found it. And,
What kind of turtle is it?
well, that's interesting. I don't know. What are they, Mikey?
I would imagine that it's either a Brisbane river turtle or a Mary river turtle because they're very similar species and they're not as distinctive as our eastern saw-shelled turtles that we get that have the more serrated edge to their shell. The Mary and Brisbane river turtles have the smoother edges around the side and flare out at the back like that one does.
Will you show them the video of the turtle?
The three-legged one.
If you like. I mean, maybe it is three-legged. It's interesting because it looks three-legged in the video.
Yeah,
but I was watching that turtle for a long time and I couldn't, it never clicked to me that it looked like it was missing its leg. What would have eaten its leg?
Probably one of those big estuary perch.
Would they?
They'd chomp on it if they saw it flicking around.
Yeah. And you reckon that they are perch?
Yeah, I'd say they're estuary perch. And yeah, that's going to be your Mary River or Brisbane River turtle as well. They're almost identical species. I don't even know why they get given
Oh, that
different
does
names.
look like it. Yeah.
Well, like what I would be interested in.
So if a turtle's sitting there in the water like that with all of his limbs flayed out like that, the fourth limb would be out as well. So yeah, he's definitely had his back leg ripped off by something, maybe even an eel.
Well, on that note, we've yet to spot a single eel. That obviously doesn't mean they're not in there. Because, it took a while. We first went down and it's like you don't see a single fish or a single anything. And then I started seeing like some empty mussel shells and some prawn molt. And then I saw
That
a couple of
That looks like bull shark water to me.
Nah.
Not sure if I can get up that far. Too many shallow rocky bits.
They cannot. It's a really nice place to swim. That's where I go swimming every day that I can get there.
People say the same thing about the ocean.
Yeah, well, I don't like the ocean as much. But the reason I don't like the ocean is because you're going to burn in the sun and get sand all in you everywhere.
Right.
I don't like.
I thought you were I thought you were going to say it was because of Steve Irwin.
I don't know. I was never much of a follower of Steve Irwin.
Oh my gosh. I hope not too many people from Australia heard that.
Heard what? Heard what?
Right.
Do you think I'll be offended? I feel like he's probably more popular in like other countries. Is that not true? Like I've never met somebody particularly who's like
He was
Steve
loved
Irwin.
here.
Yeah.
I mean, absolutely adored. People
Pam-
loved him to
Pam,
death.
will you blow me up for a second, please?
Well, I figured that you guys would love him just as much with the Australian Zoo and everything.
Well, like maybe people do. I guess that for me, I just wasn't. Ooh,
Enamored.
so pretty. But yeah, I found that he was like really showy kind of person, and I didn't, and like, yeah, I just
And
wasn't that
let-
fast.
Let's face it, if he wasn't hugely popular in America, he wouldn't have got a Hollywood movie, would he?
Right.
Did he get a movie? I don't know
Yeah.
anything about it. I know he got killed by a stingray, and I know that. I don't know. I feel like crocodiles and stuff.
To be fair, too, it's not a shit movie. It's like quite a good watch and good fun and stuff. How they turned him into a movie was pretty decent. I thought it could have been a lot worse.
How
Probably.
did they turn it into a movie? Like, it's not like
Well, who is
something they're actually doing wildlife. Is it like a made-up fiction story?
Yeah. It involves American spies and stuff.
I wish that I could have a rainbow snake.
You can have a water python. That's
Can
the
I?
Australian version of the rainbow serpent.
How big will a water python get?
7 foot.
Yeah. It's probably too big for me. Realistically, I feel like I need to keep a smaller thing. But I would like a snake or a
You
lizard.
can take me off, Pam.
What?
You can take me off. I was just showing the snake laying there on top of the soil.
Yeah, there was an apparent crocodile sighting at, was it Fraser Island, a few weeks ago when my son was up there camping. But yeah, it turned out not to be a crocodile sighting, but they're definitely coming further and further south each year. No,
Still away off here though.
the temperature we've got today, if we had that 6 months of the year, we'd have crocodiles here. But
What about the saltwater crocs?
yeah, well, they're they're a lot further north, but they're the ones that are moving south more so than the freshwater ones. The estuarine crocodile is what they call the saltwater one, and then the Johnson's crocodile is the freshwater one. But yeah, both of them are misleading names because the saltwater crocodile definitely lives in freshwater as well, and the freshwater crocodile can go and hang out in saltwater as well. So it's silly to name them based on a water.
Can I also say I think that my turtles are probably the Brisbane turtles, not the Mary River turtles.
Fair enough. Yep.
I've had a little look at them all.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, guys,
They're
It
pretty
is about
common up
that
and down the
time.
East Coast.
I think we'll call it a night.
Time to go and get unfroze, Pam.
Yep, I gotta get unfroze. I'm gonna go make a blanket fort and climb in it. I may stream tomorrow night because either tomorrow night or Monday night because I don't want my electricity turned off. So I gotta have something by Monday, or I'm gonna be in trouble. Because I don't want to go without heat when it's dropping down below 0 this week. So yeah.
Right.
Ouch.
Dragon Lair. I'm in a little town called Mullumbimby, which is almost near Byron Bay, which is the most easterly point of mainland Australia. So northeastern New South Wales is where I am. Oh,
Can I chuck in a quick question that's not related to that? But did Bob pass you on anything from me yet?
Say what?
What did you say?
Did Bob pass on anything from me to you yet?
He did not. No.
Not yet. No, because I gotta send him something that I haven't been able to get to the post office.
So he's still holding it ransom.
Yeah, he's still holding it ransom.
Okay. Thank you.
Wow, you nailed that spelling, by the way. You didn't miff it up at all, muss it up. You got the spelling of Mullumbimby correct. Wow, don't doubt your spelling. Oh, nice one, Ed. I was going to do that, and then I thought, I couldn't be bothered sharing my screen again.
Oh, I should have did it on the computer. So you're under Brisbane.
Yeah. It's about
Near the Gold Coast. Dude, that's fancy.
Yeah, an hour
Been
from
to
the Gold Coast, 2 hours from Brisbane in heavy traffic, which is generally most of the time.
There's
Have you ever been to Lismore?
G'day, Terry. You're a bit late, mate.
Thanks
What
for
have you been
owning a
doing?
house in Lismore.
Have you ever been to Byron Bay?
I grew up in Byron Bay.
No way. That looks really pretty.
I grew up trying to avoid Byron Bay and fighting with them on the football field when we played them in football.
Well, so
Yeah, a bunch
we
of
lived
surf
in
nerds.
Byron Bay until, I don't know, I was probably 8 years old. But then my mum still worked there until I was 30. I used to have to do going after school and then all the time. But
I can't hear a word Sarah's saying over Bob's hose.
Oh, I'm sorry. There we go.
okay. I was going to tell Ed that he should look up, because where I live is called Limpenwood.
Oh,
You can look at it.
Limpenwood.
Mm-hmm.
Limp in wood.
Is it north, south, east, or west of Blackie?
North.
It's north.
Westish. Northwest.
Is it near Uppenberg or Uppenberg? No, Bernberg Bar, Bergbar,
Barringbar.
Upper
Oh,
Oh, and
It's
here's
up-
Upper Main Arm. Upper Main Arm.
It's north of Main Arm.
Oh, there's actually just a main arm.
It's not too far. If you go Main Arm, it's kind of directly north for most of Main Arm, I think.
Have you ever been to the Pocket?
Mm-hmm.
The Pocket. The is actually part of the name.
It is the name.
Yeah, it's the whole name.
It's like they were very creative with their names back in the day, because that main arm was called Main Arm because that's where the main arm of the river came from. I still to this day, I have no idea where they got the name the Pocket from, but there must be some geographical feature or part of the river up there that looks like a pocket, maybe.
Are you near Blackbird?
Oh, I don't even know where that is.
Blackbird's just a hotel somewhere.
Yeah.
I got a little too close to the ground. I was trying to find like a suburb of what's the city called?
It's not
Limpenwood. It's not even a
Lindenwood?
suburb.
Limpenwood.
It's
Limpen.
exactly as it sounds. Limpinwood. Pam, you can shut this down if you like, and we can continue this conversation offline if you like.
I'm
You
just
go and get
listening.
warm.
I just got the university in Missouri in the United States.
Yeah, Wooden Bong's a good name, GRB.
Well, bye everybody. Thank you for coming.
Good night, everybody. Thanks, guys.
Good night,
Thanks, everybody, for coming up on the panel. Thanks, everybody in chat. And I'll probably see you tomorrow night. I'll probably do a short stream tomorrow night because Pam has to pay her electric bill by Monday night. So, yeah.
Wait a minute. Wait a second. Look.
Oh, you got to see Bob's shirt he got. It's really cool. Make
Very
Bob
nice.
big, please, Pam.
If only all Hawaiian shirts were that tasteful.
I quite like that, Bob. That is
It's
really
all
good.
carnivorous plants. That's right. You did say that. That's wicked.
Yeah.
That's
That
kind
is
of
very-
cool.
Really
Huh.
nice colours too. They haven't gone garish with it.
I would like that shirt to wear. That's very nice.
Dresses for girls to wear.
I would just like that shirt. I will wear that shirt.
It wouldn't
Yeah,
stay
I
on
would
there.
wear it over the top of like a black t-shirt or something.
Nope.
Anyway, yep. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Thanks for having
Bye.
us.
Don't cuss yet, Bob. I haven't hit the button yet.
Better hurry the hell up.